Welcome to the Colonel Football Recap. I'm your host, Hannah Robert. Today we're looking at a 75-45 Colonel win over the University of Incarnate Word. The beginning of the game was a real nail-biter, with both teams going blow for blow in the first quarter. Every time Nicholls would make a big play and score, Incarnate Word would come back on the next drive to do the same. At first, the Colonel defense was a step behind the offense, chasing the quarterback, Cameron Ward. But Ward, last week's Southland Freshman of the Week, was able to make big plays on the run. Our secondary didn't make any big plays in the beginning of the game, only being able to contain their offense instead of preventing them from scoring. In the second quarter, the Nicholls defense figured it out and held Incarnate Word to a field goal. The Colonels took that momentum from that stop and left Incarnate Word in the dust. The Nicholls defense was led by number 16, Jordan Jackson's interception, number 31, Pig Cage, his sack for a loss of 20 yards, and number 7, Kevin Moore III, with 9 tackles. With the defense handling their jobs, the Colonels' offense was able to have some fun. Dontez Costley, number 9, and Lindsey Scott Jr., number 0, sparked the offense, going back and forth in scoring drives. Scott completed all but 4 of his passes and connected with his receivers for 5 touchdowns. But passing wasn't the only thing that the Nicholls offense had to offer. Number 37, John Carrington III, he led the ground game with 135 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Scott contributed with 81 yards and 1 touchdown of his own. Overall, Costley and the Nicholls offense brought the house down with their performance last weekend. While this was a victory for the Colonels, there were still some components of the game to improve upon. The defense needs to be more dominant up front and keep the foot on the gas the whole game, not letting their opponents catch up. The defense dropped 2 interceptions, one of which could have turned into a touchdown, and the offense made a few mental errors of their own, including a fumble on a big run that also could have turned into a touchdown on that play. Even with a few errors, though, the Colonels are getting back to their winning ways. Now, whether it be the hot weather wearing down on Incarnate Word or Nicholls football adjusting their game, they were able to win this battle. But they're already focused on the next battle against McNeese at noon on Saturday. This has been Hannah Robert from KNSU with your Colonels Football Recap.